Now let's write a callback that does something a little more interesting. So if you took 133W with me in a previous term, then this example should look familiar. It's going to be the AnimalFlicker demo. So let's go ahead and start by, in my week 3 folder, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder for images. And then I'm going to go out on the web and I did a search for cute animals. So let's take I think this is a cheetah. Yeah, so we're going to save this image as, in my images folder, cheetah.jpg. And then I'm also going to, let's find, oh, it's a cute kitty. We'll take this view image, right click, save image as kitty.jpg, and oh, squirrels. I like squirrels. So this is a GIF, so I'll save this as, save image as squirrels.gif, and let me just do one more. So, it's a, is that a red fox or red panda? Yeah, red panda. So we'll save this image as red panda.jpg. Okay, so now we have 4 animal images, and I'm going to go ahead and create an array with those 4 images. So this will be a constant array, so I'll call it animal images. And then the path of the first one is images slash, let's see what we have here, cheetah.jpg, and kitty.jpg, red panda, .jpg, and then there was one GIF, squirrels.gif. Okay, so there are my animal images. And then I'm going to define a function called ImageCycler. And it's going to first make a counter. And I'm going to give it a callback function that does some stuff like so. So in order to hook this up to my page, I'm going to need to create some stuff. So let's go ahead and keep this simple. Above my count, let's go ahead and add a button. And we'll give it an ID so we can refer to it later. We'll call this deck, and we'll give it the label previous. And then next to that, we'll put a button with ID ink and the label next. And then let's break and then put an image tag with an ID animal. And I won't have any source to start with, so we'll just leave it like that. And then my counter will be after that. So go ahead and put another break there. So let's go ahead and go back here and reload. So here's my previous button and next button. Now, what I want to do in my callback is this is going to get a count. And then I want to take this count and wrap it around so that I get a number between 0 and 4. Now count can be negative or it can be positive. So let's say var index into my animal images array is equal to count mod animal images dot length. And I don't even need to make this a global constant. I could just go ahead and put it in my image cycler. So let me go ahead and do that. So that's inside of this scope. So animal images dot length. And then if you take a negative number, mod a number, this is still going to be a negative number, so I want to wrap it around. So if index less than 0, index plus equal animal images dot length. So now I should have a number between 0 and 3 for 4 images. And I'm going to set document.getElement by ID animal dot source is equal to animal images sub index. So there's my callback. Let's go ahead and see if it works so far. So I'm going to reload, and I'm going to say cycler is image cycler, and then cycler.inc. Oh, I forgot to return my thing here. So I want to just, for now, return counter. So there's my cycler. So inc, 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 inc. Good, so that's cycling up, and then let's cycle down. Great. So all I need to do is add this inc method and dec method as click handlers for these two buttons. So in the console, that would be document.getElement by ID inc dot add event listener click is going to be cycler dot inc. And then for dec, I do the same thing, like so. And now next, 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 previous, 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 previous. So if I want to do this in code and have it get set up when the page loads, let's put it right here. Instead of returning counter, I'm going to add document.getElement by ID inc is dot add event listener click is cycler, actually counter dot inc document.getElement by ID dec add event listener make sure that's correct in both places. Click is counter.dec. And then to hook this up, window.add event listener on load image cycler. So when the window is finished loading, I call image cycler, and image cycler makes a counter passing in the callback that updates the image, and then it adds the inc method from the counter to the ink button and the deck method from the counter to the deck button. So let's go ahead and reload and see if it works. So reload. Next, 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 next. Previous, 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 previous. Good. So everything works correctly. Now, if I want, and I do want here, I'm also going to go ahead and add one more method to this counter, which neither increments nor decrements. So let's just call that update. And we'll return update. And all this is going to do is call the callback function with whatever the current counter is without incrementing it or decrementing it. And then here, I'm just going to call update. And same thing here. And then I'm also going to call update once right after I make the counter so that I'm displaying the first image when the thing gets loaded. So reload. Oop. I have an error. Update is not defined. Oh, that should be cycler.update. Counter.update rather. There. Okay, so now I start. When I reload, I get the first image, and the previous and next buttons work. Now I can hook those increment and decrement buttons or methods up to as many different options as I want. So if I wanted to have a touch behavior or swipe behavior or whatever, I could hook those increment and decrement methods up to those things as well.